Hello there guys and welcome back to Jaguar's Rise to the Top. It's time today for episode 3. Today we go to Germany for the Munich E-Prix or Grand Prix. I do determinate and what's the word? Can't think what the word is. I do change, I'll just say that the word change from Grand Prix to E-Prix. I think I'll just stay to E-Prix as it is Formula E and we will stay with the theme. I think Munich, if I'm correct, is the only one that's actually had an E-Prix in real life. No, it hasn't, surely. No. That's wrong. Ignore me. It was Berlin that had an E-Prix, of course. That was the last E-Prix we had. Ignore me completely. But this weekend, fuel burn and tyre wear are very low. And if you haven't seen the last episodes, then we are top of the constructors at the moment with Jaguar racing, the only British team on the grid. Evans is second in the championship with De Mello in 5th. And we've made a few upgrades coming to Munich. We've improved the reliability. We've made a suspension upgrade. And basically I've decided to put De Mello with that suspension because actually it's better than reliability than we've got with the original parts. So I think that all looks good. We've improved the reliability massively of the gearbox. So I guess it's just a case of whether we get the luck or not this weekend of our parts failing us. Of course last time we went down to 5% with Mitch Evans and his gearbox, which was really unsafe. But luckily we got to the end and fingers crossed we can do that this time. So, without any further ado, you know the score now if you've been watching this series for a while. I'm just going to do some practicing with our drivers in the 15-minute practice session, and I will see you in a flash at the end of that session. Yeah, I guess that looks quite peculiar, doesn't it? Well, we did go, admittedly, on a very very quick. I think I was going to say fast, then decided to say quick, and kind of two intertwined with each other. But Mitch Evans is first in practice with De Mello in 11th, but just ignore that. Just a bit of practice and a bit of banter, really, to be honest. You know, just playing with you guys. It seems overcast for this session, so we're going to go out straight away. We've got level 1 on qualifying trim and race tyres, and level 2 on the softs and the race trim. Just tweak some of these. That looks okay to me. Just move that over there. And with Zach, yeah, that looks okay. 2 excellent, so I'm happy with that. Seeing as Mitch qualified first last time, technically we should send De Mello out first, if that makes sense, because obviously Evans then benefits from more track grip, which he will do now. And here we go then. So it's time for qualifying for the Munich GP. We qualified 17th and 18th last time, and that wasn't great whatsoever, but hopefully, fingers crossed, this time we can qualify in the top 10. I doubt we can, but you never know if we can. And we're still at the top of that constructors board at the moment. Whether that will be beaten by the end of this race is to be seen. Obviously, teams are getting better with the reliability now, so you simply never know. So that's good and perfect for Zach. But with Mitch, we're going to struggle to get anywhere near that. But it's just going to be good tyre temps, I think. Okay, a little bit overheated, even though I might say actually that might be in the green, but let's not argue about that. It is a game, so whatever. But Zach's on his lap now. We better just put it down to medium speed. And obviously Zach's going to set a fastest sector 1 as always, but Connor Daly beats that by a second. So that's pretty bad, to be fair. But Mitch is 8/10ths off that sector. I'm just going to have a drink and see what happens, I guess. Zach already 2 seconds down on Connor Daly, so our car's performance, our qualifying pace just basically isn't going to be that good this season. I hate to break it to you, but that's just the way it goes. So we're 3 seconds off with Zach Klaman De Mello, but Mitch Evans, can he get anywhere? Actually, he's 5/10ths better than his teammates, so the ones we're looking out for, ironically, are the people actually that are second in the constructors, because they are technically in the worst car, which is for some reason bonkers. But Villeneuve comes across the line, and he goes just behind Evans. It looks like De Mello will probably be at the back of the grid, which isn't great to see. What will Engel do on his lap? He's 2.7 off. Carucci's quite a way off. So at the moment we've got 15th and 19th, which obviously isn't that great. But as I said earlier, our qualifying pace and our general pace isn't great. But our race pace, believe me, is a lot better. So I think I'm just going to skip to the race now because we're not going to go out again. The only thing, unfortunately, we're going to do now, maybe, is lose some positions. So, fingers crossed we don't. Actually, no one's going to be able to go out again because everyone's on their in laps and they're not going to have enough time. But anyway, I'll see you for the race start. So then here we go for the race start. Brilliantly to date. It's only 17 laps. and the soft tyres last between 8 and 10 laps. So if we can do 9 laps or even 10 in our first soft stint, we can make it a one-stop just on the soft tyres. As you can see, everyone down to Nico Prost on the soft tyres. We've got Munoz on the mediums as well, and we've got quite a few back here on the mediums, so fingers crossed we can benefit from taking those people at the start. We've got D'Ambrosio on the mediums right in front of us, and we're getting ready for another race start. Lights out and away we go. It's not a great start, it doesn't seem like, for Mitch Evans. It's a much better start for De Mello, who's actually on the inside of his teammate, and it looks like De Mello has got the better start, and in fact the positions are pretty much reversed from the grid. What can De Mello do here? That's a fantastic corner. He's actually gone purple in the first sector, so that's fantastic, and De Mello up to 12th place, and Mitch is all the way down in 20th. We simply don't know what's going to happen though. As you see, De Mello fell from grace there, so that wasn't brilliant, but oh well, it's been a decent first lap. I get lap for De Mello, I guess. But yeah, it's not looking great. Obviously, we're going to lose out here because our engine is so bad. That's just another way of putting it. It's got reliability, but performance it's very much lacking. So 19th and 18th after that first straight. But as you can see, tyre wear, well, that's 20th and 18th now, and it's probably going to be 90th. Oh, well done, Evans. That's a good overtake. But I think now, really, all we've just got to do is wait out till the first pit stop, which is where everyone will probably pit onto the mediums, and we'll be able to get pit stop onto the soft tyres once again. So just focusing on Jacques Villeneuve, and unbelievably, he's got the lowest tyre wear, and on the same tyre, we might be conserving a bit, fair enough, but we've got 24% more on those tyres, and I've got a spider on my finger, so I'm going to just click that off, let it live, and happily ever after. But it's not looking good for us today, unfortunately. That's just the way it goes. I wasn't expecting it to be this bad, though. Last and second last. It just doesn't seem that we have the straight line speed around here, so fingers crossed. We are hoping for some bad reliability for some drivers. So, Jacques Villeneuve's out on the medium tyre. Whether he'll last at the end of the race is unknown. But let's just wait till we get into the pits. So it's a bit worrying, actually, this season, because I genuinely thought our raw pace would be a lot better, but it's not. So I'm a little bit disappointed. I'm not going to lie. I'm disappointed with our raw pace. We have got our chassis to our advantage, but does the chassis outweigh our performance decreases? I'm a little bit unsure at the moment. But Felix da Costa and Heidfeld both into the pits. Felix da Costa seemed to take quite a long time in the pit lane. Heidfeld's out, but Felix da Costa, as it seemed he did last race, has got a reliability issue. It seems he's been in the pits a long time, as I said, a little bit like the last race, and he finally comes out of the pits pretty much a lap after anybody else. But Sebastian Buemi comes into the pits now. Into the pit lane comes Buemi. So Freund is also in the pits as well. He's been a while in the pits, so is Freund, Turvey, and all of those have all been quite a while in the pits, actually. As I have just said, nobody coming out just yet. They've all been in the pits for a long time. What's going on here? Rosenqvist has gained a lot of time, but as you can see, we get past all of them practically coming out of the pit lane. So it's 9th for Mitch and 10th for Clement de Mello. Bring both of them in at the end of this lap. Actually, we'll bring Evans in because he's the lead driver. Any reliability issues? No, there's not. So it'll just be a balanced stop. And I guess we'll just have to bring de Mello on. We've got no choice. The drivers are quite close together, but what can you do, I suppose? But yeah, it's going to be a longer pit stop for de Mello, I'm sure. But, well, we'll just have to see what happens, I guess. We'll follow the story at the front. I'm sure Conor Daly will be coming in now, and if he doesn't, that's quite a risk, because his tyres have gone below the 25% threshold. Is Ranganathan coming in? Yes, he is. He's got a lot worse tyre wear than we have, I guess, though. So, I suppose that's the reason why. And Ranganathan gets out nice and quickly. And as you can see, both of our drivers are really close together, so that's worrying me. Come on, come on. Yep, that's a good pit stop. Good, good. Obviously, we kind of ruined it a little bit for de Mello, but I'm sure he'll be quite okay with that. So, where are we out? We're out in 13th place, which obviously you would acknowledge is actually better than we were when we entered the pits. Not so much so for de Mello, who's lost about 14 seconds, but saying that, he did have to repair that suspension as well. So, I guess that's a factor in it as well. So, Conor Daly's kind of coming in the pits as well. He's in the pit lane now. Is it going to be a relatively short stop for him? Doesn't seem like it, does it? He's been in the pits a long time. So has... Prost has come out. Daly's been in there a long time though. Is he ever going to make a move to come out the pits? Evans is going to get past, finally. The only person who looks like he's not going to get past, is not going to get past him, sorry, is Felix da Costa, so, wow. Munoz and D'Ambrosio still out there. D'Ambrosio is pitting this lap, but Munoz, bonkers, he's on 22%, but he's not, he's staying out there. No reliability issues just yet. It looks like pretty much the teams have sorted out their reliability. I think we have the performance gain compared to Techeetah, so hopefully we can get past both of those. D'Ambrosio still into the pit lane, so this might be a position gained for us here. Mitch Evans has just gained a position actually on Jeremy Verne, but coming down that straight, he has lost it immediately. But we've got Buemi behind. I know he's on the medium tyres, but still, that's not great for us. But yeah, I think people, especially Heidfeld, I think we'll have to make a 2-stop here. But yeah, I'll just skip to when the next action happens, I guess. So we've got our first reliability issue, and it's for Najiri in the Techeetah car, and he's just in front of his teammate. Amazingly, the team have not used team orders yet to let Jev past. And we've got past Buemi. That's a fantastic move, but Buemi takes it back up the inside again. Come on, can we get around the outside? We should be able to keep it. Yes, we do. That's a fantastic move around the outside. I'm very disappointed, I can't lie, as I said before, that we aren't doing better. We should be doing better in reality, but at the moment we're just simply not. Hopefully we can make a few places with the problems that Ajari is having. We've got Clam and De Mello as well gaining on this pack, and it's just the danger from Buemi behind rather than us getting past in front. Up the inside of Buemi, and we do get past Buemi again. I'm fairly sure that Heidfeld comes in again, and Heidfeld has come in again. And there we go then, ladies and gentlemen. It's our first retiree of the day. We've got PK Jr. retired. So how long is Heidfeld going to be in the pits? It's just a relatively slow stop, and a relatively slow stop as well for the Mahindra of Felix Rosenqvist. So there we go. Najiri and Verne actually have got problems, and Jack Villeneuve's in the pits. So we've got, at the moment, we've got Verne, who's got reliability issues. We have not got Najiri, who's got reliability issues. Is there anybody in front who's got a reliability issue? No, there is not. Looks like Nico Prost will win this race. Maybe, though, we can get up, I'd say, probably to a maximum of 6th place. But you never know what will happen, I guess, in this race. So Najiri's definitely got a mechanical issue. As you can see, he's been practically whooped by everyone. I'm pretty sure now that Najiri will retire from this race. It's 4 points for Mitch Evans so far. De Mello hasn't done great this race, but it will be 13th at least for him. Verne has got a reliability issue, so fingers crossed Mitch Evans can get past him on the final lap. It's going to be quite a struggle on tyre wear, but fingers crossed we can get past Jean-Eric Verne on the last lap of this Munich Grand Prix. We're right behind him now. I just want to make sure we do not get mugged by Buemi, which looks like will probably happen. Oh, for God's sake. We've lost a lot of time. And he's frightened to get past, doesn't look like it, but we're going to have to conserve our tyres now because we fell into that place. Oh, for God's sake, come on, let's get past Buemi. 2 points. I mean, come on. That's crap. Especially after what happened last time. Wow. We got overtook on the line, and that is, well, De Mello kind of resounds and repeats what we all think after that race. We really need to be doing better than this. That is not what I wanted to see, and unfortunately, Christ, I genuinely thought we could get promoted from the Formula E formula this year, but as it's going, it's not going to happen. Because we might well still be top of the constructors, but not for long, I don't think. I'm a bit worried about this now. It's going to get worse throughout the season. Okay, we got a point today, fair enough, clap, clap. But it's not good enough, unfortunately. A point for us. I know Venturi didn't score any points, and we're actually still top of the constructors. But still, not great for us today. I don't really know what to say about that, guys, because I came into this episode hoping that we could get some big points, and we could have got 6 points in that race if it weren't for getting A, overtook on the line, and B, getting overtook by Buemi. The next circuit's Tondela, which is one I don't particularly fare well at anyway. So we could struggle from here on in, which isn't great because the idea of last season, obviously, you know, changing and changing drivers, getting a better chassis, was in the hope that we would be able to compete on a better level this season. Now, there's no question we have competed on a better level, because actually we've already got, if you look here, 42 points last year. We've already got 12 more points than last year, and actually that brings me on to Virgin, who so far actually are in 6th place of the IndyCar series, so that's all good for them. But yeah, that's not really great for us today. BMW Motorsport are quite a way down, aren't they? As well as Techeetah and Nextev. So Nextev quite weak this season. And we have got our points early, a little bit like last year. But honestly, I'm just praying that we can do alright. There are rumours that you accepted a bribe for the last GMA vote. Now, I'll just explain that in a minute. Yeah, I've got nothing to hide, even though I did get bribed. Basically, there was a vote a few weeks ago now about the addition of the Guildford GP for next season. Now, it doesn't really make much difference, I suppose, to me, because fingers crossed, we should be able to get in IndyCar for next season. But I was bribed, and I was forced to vote for the introduction of the Guildford GP. That's what that was going on about there with Fuji Television. So, we have got sort of another 3 weeks now until the Tondela GP. So what I need to sort of focus on is reliability, because we're okay in terms of reliability. We just need to make sure the reliability is sort of 80% on all parts, which we've done with the gearbox, we've done with the rear wing and front wing. It just needs to happen with the brakes, engine and suspension. So the quicker we do that, the quicker we can get the performance up on our parts. I would build a new engine, but it's just too expensive. Plus the fact it just add 25%, sorry, 25 to max or 10, which actually doesn't really make much difference, really. I guess that's it then for the 3rd round of the Formula E Championship, the Munich E-Prix. And it was a podium for German. Daniel Apter obviously didn't focus on the winners. Nico Prost won his first race, I believe, of the whole series so far. Let me just check that. Yeah, he didn't have any podiums last year, of course. Ranganathan got 2nd and Apt got 3rd for the Apt team. And we were taken, as you can see there on the line. So pretty gutting at the end, but that's it then for today's episode of Jaguar's Rise to the Top. If you have enjoyed that episode, make sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe if you are new around here. I've been TIJ, and I'll see you for the next episode. Goodbye.